How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm sure you would have seen there's been a small delay since my last video in terms of uploading my predator catch in Thailand. We've had a legal bump and we're trying to resolve it at the moment, but for now there's not much I can do other than apologise. As I've said multiple times in the past, I'd rather keep myself safe and stay to the law than, make more YouTube content. My goal here isn't to gain subscribers and cash in on my views at the moment. Otherwise I would upload every day. My goal is to do a good job, and I hope I'm doing that. And talking about doing a good job, I want to talk to you about Surfshark. Surfshark is a VPN service which stands for Virtual Private Network. Using a VPN you can change your IP address and place yourself anywhere in the world. This has many benefits. I use it every single time that I message a child predator. No, I'm not condoning messaging these people on purpose, but just in case one appears with your children or your siblings or yourself, it's better to stay safe. The VPN service changes my address in case this person knows how to track down where I live through my IP address, and doing so prevents me and my family getting harmed. I'm currently using it on every single one of my devices, my laptop in front of me and my phone here, and my PC in the corner. As you can clearly see, on my phone, my VPN is turned on with Surfshark. This allows me to watch Netflix from anywhere in the world. I'm currently actually tuned into the American Netflix through my VPN because they have some pretty good TV series if you don't already know. It takes a couple of minutes to download this and protect yourselves, and obviously get all these extra features like watching Netflix anywhere in the world. And using my code FOX, you will get 83% off and 3 months for free. Yes, you heard that right, 83% off and 3 months for free. It would be stupid of you not to take this deal and protect yourselves online. Make sure you go down, click the link in the description, use my discount code, and enjoy some privacy, some safety, and an abundance of other cool features. Without any further hesitation, let's get into the video. So I was recommended this video by a fan on my Instagram account. My Instagram is on the screen now if you want to check it out. And as always, I haven't watched any of this video yet. I want to give a real interpretation of what I believe is going on in this video, some legal knowledge that I have personally from doing this for over a year now, and things they did right and wrong throughout the video. Now that's out of the way, let's get into it. I'm not sure if they intended to make the intro as cinematically intense as they did, but starting the audio without visuals sets the scene. Fair enough.
Connor Grant? Is it Connor Grant? Yeah, can you tell me why you're here, Connor Grant? Can you tell me why you're here?
In the description of this video it says that the friend that he was intending to meet was 9 years old. No adult in any circumstance that I can imagine should be friends with a 9-year-old. You can be friendly, let's say you're a teacher and you're friendly with your students. Let's say you're a parent and you can be friendly with your friends' kids. But being friends with a 9-year-old and intending to meet them at night time, from the start you can tell that he has ulterior motives. This is not a meeting intended for a friendship. What 9-year-old is out when it's dark in the UK without parental guidance or supervision?
Right, how old's your friend, Connor? Or is it Callum?
Can you just put your hand
Connor.
Yeah. Right.
Do you know why we're here?
No.
Okay.
No? You don't know why we're here?
No. So there's a little bit of a legal mix up here. As you can see, the subject of this video, Connor Grant, I believe his name is currently being manhandled by one of the people recording this video, the one wearing gloves, as you can see on his wrists. As he did not say to Connor Grant that he is under citizen arrest, this could be seen as assault. But as long as the rest of the video goes, sort of to the law, I'm sure the court won't throw out the entire case of a alleged child predator for somewhat of a manhandling.
Does a little boy called Dylan ring a bell? Yeah? And how old's Dylan?
Real age. No.
So you can tell that he's visibly nervous after being confronted with the name of the prop Dylan. Being this visibly nervous is a sign of guilt. He admitted to knowing who Dylan was and then lies about the age, saying 14. 14 years old, my friend, is still a crime. Even if Dylan was 14 and you're 18 years old, it's technically child grooming.
Yeah, he said 14, and then he said what? 9 years old.
There we go then. He wasn't 14, was he? He was 9. At what point in a 18-year-old's brain, on the way to what looks like a train station to pick up this 9-year-old, does he think that this is still a good idea? But with that being said, we still do not know to the extent that these people coerced this man. As they have not included a single text so far and not shown background knowledge, background information, or texts before the meet, I don't know if he's been entrapped. For those of you that are unaware, entrapment is the legal term for trying to catch a child predator. For example, if I, as a 9-year-old prop, say, do you want to meet up and have fun? For no better term, because YouTube would take down the video. If he turns around and says, yeah, I'd love that, I've enticed him into this sexual conversation, thus causing a very big legal upset, which is known as entrapment. But to the contrary, if he turns around and says, hey, 9-year-old, do you want to meet me and have fun? And the 9-year-old prop, me, turns around and says, yeah, sure. Because the conversation came from him and not me, this isn't entrapment. This is the difference. And because I don't know what the conversations look like, I can't tell if this is a legal sting operation or an illegal sting operation, for no better term.
He was honest with you and he said he was 9 and you agreed to meet him.
So what does that clock say up there, Lip?
22 minutes past midnight.
22 minutes past midnight. What do you think a 9-year-old boy would be coming on a train on his own at 22 minutes past midnight? 9 years old.
Due to the age of this child, the time and the fact that he travelled away from his home destination on a train to meet this man, this is quite clearly kidnapping. Kidnapping doesn't have to be the act of physically picking somebody up and removing them from a situation. Kidnapping can also be seen as the taking of somebody without full consent. As a 9-year-old cannot give their consent because they are 9, this is seen as kidnapping. And another part of the kidnapping subtext says about a lawful excuse. This is definitely not a legal or lawful way of enticing a 9-year-old to leave their house, if there ever was one.
We're here for your safety, we're not here to cause you any harm or anything like that. The police will be called.
9 years old.
I appreciate this man clarifying that he wasn't going to harm this person. Even though it would be stupid for him to harm him on camera, it's always nice to see people being somewhat responsible with what they're doing. And I do like the fact that he said he will call the police in. And it looks like they've placed him under citizen arrest. So far so good, I just don't know the end result of this, and I don't know the background, so I can't give too much of a judgment.
What are you thinking? Huh? Have you got anything sharp on you? Anything you shouldn't have? Do you mind me patting you down?
Feel free.
The thing
I've
is,
got my phone in my pocket.
What pocket?
This one.
What's that there?
That's
do you know how this goes? Because you're trained to be a policeman, is that right?
Yeah.
Have you got your uniform on underneath that coat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Blow me sideways, I did not expect that. He's a bloody fucking policeman. He's a trainee civil servant. Insanity. Oh, he's gonna have the worst possible time in prison. Police officer and a child predator. It's game over for him. Oh, I feel bad for him to some extent, because I know that the only two options for this man are getting beaten the living, out of him in prison, or a solitary confinement for the rest of his prison term. And solitary confinement isn't fun. I spent 2 weeks in quarantine on the way into Thailand, and it drove me insane. I can only imagine what it's like doing that for a couple of years.
Is that to impress the boy?
Yes.
Right, so do you know where this is going to lead? Right, you've arranged to meet a 9-year-old boy. The thing is, you're 18 years old. We would normally pass this sort of thing straight to the police. But because you're 18 and you're meeting a 9-year-old boy to commit sexual acts and full penetrative sex, I'm afraid we're going to have to go over to the station over there. The police are on their way. They will come and they will arrest you.
This is how to conduct a sting operation. I'm guessing that the video that I've been linked isn't from a YouTuber who is, posting as much information as he can to back himself legally. Well, it sounds like these people have just released a video on it. Everything they're saying so far has been very impressive. There's no legal quarrels with this at all.
Do you understand what the act is for an 18-year-old to be sleeping with a 9-year-old? You understand that that's against the law because you're training to be a policeman.
It doesn't take a policeman to work out that 18-year-old people should not be engaging in sexual acts, conversations, or intentions with a 9-year-old. The fact that this man is training to protect and serve and is spitting in that badger's face while committing this crime, it is an atrocity. I'm not even going to say that he should know better. This is just plain and outright stupidity.
I am so glad I've got hold of you right now. I'm really.
I'm not going to try and
No, don't worry, mate. Honestly.
Well, you
wouldn't stand a fucking chance. And sorry, Aaron, you won't stand a chance.
In all of these encounters, the people that are conducting these sting operations get heated. I got heated when I conducted mine. It's a hard thing to do, stand face to face with somebody that's intending to do this to a minor. It's hard to restrain yourself. As this is in the UK and there's no real guidelines on free speech here, this should pass legally. He should be allowed to say this, but it could be seen as a threat. If it is seen by a threat and this is picked up in court, it may throw the entire case out.
No, so I'm just really scared.
He's got some shots.
You're scared? All right. Listen, no one's going to be beating you up or anything like that.
No, come on.
All right.
Do you want to come and sit down?
At this moment, you can tell that realization has just hit this man. For the first couple of minutes of this, he was in shock quite clearly. At this point, he realizes everything's over. He's lost his job indefinitely. He will never get that back. He's going to have a permanent criminal record for engaging with sexual conversations with minors, which means he won't be able to do the majority of jobs that he may want to do in life. He's 18. He's ruined his life. He knows he's going to go to prison. He's training to be a police officer. He knows all of this. And yes, it could be seen as somewhat distressing watching this grown man cry. But what you have to tell yourself every single time you watch something like this is, how would that 9-year-old feel? If it wasn't these two men meeting this 18-year-old and it was actually a 9-year-old, who would be upset then? Who would ruin the rest of their life then? Who would have their innocence and well-being taken away from them? So I can tell you for sure it wouldn't be this man.
On the 29th of the 12th at 1600 hours, you contacted our profile. Callum, hey, you okay? Because you gave your name as Callum.
Is
but
that
obviously,
correct name?
I'm changing my name to Connor Grant legally.
So what is your current name at the
My
moment?
current name is Callum Lee Bates. I've got ID in my...
No.
I don't need to see your ID. We don't need to see your ID.
You're under no threat.
We're not here to
You're
physically
lucky it's
hurt
us
you
two
or
in
anything
front of
like
you,
that.
not the parents.
This man has just admitted to engaging in conversations with this 9-year-old first, which means that he carries a lot of the legal burden here. If the 9-year-old prop messaged him originally, there's some legal quabbles there.
I mean, I gave you plenty. I told you I was 14 plenty of times, and then when it came to earlier on, I became honest and I said, look, I'm 9 really. And I checked with you 2 or 3 times that you were okay with that. I mean, it was me you were talking to all this time. And I would have thought somebody of your age would have seen online and would have seen these types of things online.
The reason I think he's done this is to give him an opportunity to escape. As this person is 18 years old, I think the people conducting this sting operation wanted to allow him one more opportunity to not fuck up his life by saying that the girl was even younger than 14. 14 is still a crime, but 9 is way worse. if he accepts 9 years old, you've got no choice. I think this was them trying to give him a last resort to stop.
And know what that you could get stung. I mean, surely you know that the police resources, that there's no money for funding or resources and things like that. So there's groups like us around that do this to help the police out.
Thank you for clarifying that. Yes, that is what we do, or try to do at least, and that's why I have to hire lawyers for every single sting operation I conduct. If you guys want to help out in any way, shape or form, please watch the videos. Please watch the adverts on these videos. Please participate in my promotional content, and help out on my Patreon page. The link is down below. It all goes to lawyers to do exactly what they just said, to get these people off the streets and help out the police.
I mean, I know it's come as a big shock to you. It would come to a big shock to anybody.
But this is the thing, it shouldn't come to a shock to somebody that's intending to meet a minor for anything like this. This situation would have to play through their head. The situation of them being caught. Because if not, he wouldn't act like this. He wouldn't act so guilty. He wouldn't feel so alarmed and distressed right now. He feels like this because he's thought about the repercussions, and the realization of those repercussions has hit him. It can't be a shock to somebody that decided to go ahead with this meeting after going through these possibilities in their head.
But we've gone through, or I've gone through, such a moral dilemma in my head over the last 2 days, 3 days with you. A real moral dilemma.
And as I said earlier, this is why I believe that they mentioned 9 years old, to give him that one last opportunity to not fuck up his life.
I didn't know what to do. I didn't know whether to just pass it straight to the police and see if they do something, whether they would do something to their own kind, or whether to come and get you. Now, the fact that I said I was 9 years old and you agreed to all of that, and you agreed that you wanted to do all the things sexually that you had spoken about, and for this 9-year-old to stay overnight and be gone by tomorrow afternoon.
I don't know why I'm so happy. The only reason why I knew this is because I've had similar situations in the past where I felt bad about the people that I'm catching, and I gave them opportunities to back out, and they didn't, and at that point my hands are tied.
One thing I'll hold my hat off with you is that instantly you knew what you had done is wrong. Instantly you said to the camera it was wrong. Instantly you actually did show remorse. That's the first time I've ever seen that, ever, from anybody.
So this is a double-sided coin. On one side of the coin, it's good that he's shown remorse for his actions. A jury will look at that and be more lenient. But on the other side of the coin, you have to realise at this point he cannot plead a insanity defence, and he knew what he was doing was wrong. And he knew what he was doing was illegal, and he carried on doing it anyway. So it's a double-sided coin. Is that good or bad? I don't know. You tell me in the comments down below.
But seriously, I know you've gone into some shock. You can quite clearly see that. If you need to go and get some medication, I'd rather get that sorted than anything else.
So this man is type 1 diabetic. He doesn't have his insulin kit with him, and they're showing a lot more compassion than I think the majority of people conducting sting operations would. So fair play. Fair play.
Oh, but if you're the police, won't I get into more trouble? No, it's alright. It'll be classified. You watch far too much TV. Far too much. Classified.
What do you think should happen to you?
The video ends here after them talking about some conversations where this trainee police officer says he won't get into trouble because the information will be classified. A bizarre one. It's a very bizarre one. He knew what he was doing was wrong, but I feel like maybe he didn't really understand in his young age the complete repercussions. He should have known better though. If I had to rate this video, I'd give it an A star. Everything throughout the video remained calm, vigilant and professional. They did call the police, and according to this, this man has been convicted and sentenced. So, good job. Thank you guys for watching this video. I do appreciate all the support on my channel at the moment. It's nothing shy of amazing. If you haven't already, please check out Surfshark. The link is in the description down below. Use my code FOX for 83% off and 3 months for free. With that being said, thank you guys again for watching. Stay safe out there. Peace.